Welcome back, classmates. I'm Robert Sawyer.
And I'm Mrs. Sawyer.
And together, we are the only black kids in the class. Coming to you live and direct from a secret location in our house. How are you doing today, Mrs. Sawyer?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What makes it okay?
I'm okay. I'm just okay.
How do you define okay?
I'm not having too many aches or pains. I'm hungry. So maybe that's why.
I wasn't aware you typically had aches and pains.
I do. Going from the gym, I do. But I'm just okay today. I think I can. Like, I'm not bad. I'm not complaining. I'm just okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Copacetic.
Yeah. Okay.
Vibing.
Yeah.
Okay. You're giving max aura points.
And yourself?
I am well.
Okay.
Usually a little bit better than well. Maybe a lot bit better than well. But today I'll say I'm well.
Okay.
Can take things in stride.
Okay.
Maybe a little tired. Maybe un poquito tired.
I'm tired.
What are you in the mood for? You said you're hungry.
I don't know. Just something good. Like, I just want something like simple done right. Like a good baked potato. Just simple done right.
All right.
Yeah.
What's a go-to simple done right for you? Baked potato?
Yeah. The kitchen. But I don't think I'm gonna cook today, so I'll figure it out.
Not gonna chef it up?
No, not in the mood. I'm tired. Yeah.
Sounds like you need to prioritize some rest.
Oh, I did today. Actually, I attempted to. I did for the most part.
So I programmed a number of stories for today.
Okay.
All on theme.
Okay.
But you've suggested that perhaps you will be reading some stories.
I can read stories. I have some stories.
You want to flip a coin?
I'll flip a coin for what? Who
If
goes
we go
first?
with my theme, we'll go with your theme.
Oh, it isn't. I mean, if you want to go with your stories, you can go with your stories. It's really up to you.
The people tell me every day they want more from you.
Well, I can read some stories. I don't really have a theme, though.
I bet you I can go band for band with you. You read a story, I bet you I got a story that will match the theme of whatever story you read. Because I just collect them.
Okay. I can do that.
Well then, ladies first.
Okay. I actually have one that might be a little lengthy.
Before we get too far into this, whatever platform you're watching is, if you're on Spotify, Apple, any of the audio ones, please leave us that 5 stars. You can put whatever you want in the review. You can tell us we're terrible or tell us what we think we should improve. But please give us those 5 stars. And if you're on YouTube, hey, I know you watch it. It pops up in your feed. Subscribe. Why? Because we're asking you to. But also, I believe that's how it tells other people and it starts popping up in other people's feeds. I usually do that message at the end of the show. So let me try to do it smart and say it in the beginning.
Okay, so I'm trying to see if I want to go all the way hard or if I'm going to start off lighthearted.
Anything you can bring, I can match.
Okay, I'm going
We
to
can go band for band. We can go M for M.
Okay, I'm going to go one that's a little long because there's an update.
Bring it.
You said last time that people were asking for updates.
One person asked me for updates.
Well, no, when we were on live, they had asked for updates too.
Okay.
My girlfriend told me she was with a friend, but that friend was with me picking out an engagement ring.
Yeah.
How do I confront my girlfriend about her lie?
Return that engagement ring. Start there.
God, this is a doozy. I swear my life feels like a movie right now. Sorry for the weird formatting. I'm on mobile, and this is my first time posting on a sub like this. I, 28 male, am planning on proposing to my girlfriend of 3 years, 26 female. Now, I suck at picking jewelry. I'm the type of guy that doesn't see a problem with a heart-shaped jewelry. Seriously, why is it considered so ugly? So every time I want to buy something for my girl, I usually consult one of her mutual friends. My girlfriend's best friends are all friends with me as well, and we all get along quite well. So asking them for help picking out jewelry is something I'm used to. When it came time to pick out a ring, I consulted my girlfriend's best friend, Justine, fake name. Justine and I are quite close, and she knows my girlfriend better than anyone, including me. So when my girlfriend went out to visit her sister and baby nephew, I invited Justine over to the house to help pick out a ring. Justine and I looked through a few catalogs, but decided it was dead end and it would be better to go to a professional at a jewelry store. However, I didn't know when my girlfriend would be coming home, so Justine and I thought of a clever text to gauge how much time we had. I asked her when she'd be coming home as I was ordering takeout and wanted to know when to tell them to have the food ready. She responded by saying it would be a few hours. She met up with Justine to go shopping.
Oh, no.
Now, obviously, this took me by surprise since Justine was standing inside my house. I showed Justine the text and she looked as confused as I was. It isn't out of the ordinary for my girlfriend to meet up with people out of the blue like that for shopping, lunch, etc. She's a very spontaneous person and loves making plans on the fly. So ordinarily, I would have believed the text in heartbeat. However, obviously, this had to be a lie. When she came home, she acted completely normal, and I played along, but it's been really hard to act like everything's fine. We got takeout, ate together, and cuddled on the couch after. So far, she's caught on a little that something's upsetting me, but I just can't tell her what.
He's shenanigans.
Looking at her kills me.
He's shenanigans.
I don't know what to do. My girlfriend and I have zero trust issues, and we tell each other everything.
You had.
So this lie is killing me. I want to ask her about it so bad, but if I tell her I knew she was lying, I'd have to explain why, and I really don't want to do that. What do I do? I know she lied to me, but I don't know how to confront her about it. Should I just forget it? This won't stop gnawing at me. Please help.
He needs to say, hey, yo, big facts. I know you were lying. What's going on? I wasn't lying. How do you know? Hey. You know, I know. I know, you know. You know, I know. You can do all that. We play all the games you want. What's going on? Well, how do you know? Hey, I know.
You know? Would you have just said, you know?
I'd never be in that situation.
How could you prevent being in that situation?
I'll never be in that situation. Because if Justine is standing beside me and I get the text, hey, I'm out shopping with Justine. I'm not doing all that. I'm not going home cuddling up. Hey, babe, let me rub your feet. No, I'm not doing all that shit. We can get to the bottom of this right now. Not going to let it fester. I'm not good with the festering. Let's get it out. That's odd. Send that little. That's odd because isn't this Justine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm not with the games.
there is an update.
He shenaned. Let's see if he shall shenan again.
Hey guys, oh my God, where to begin? My last post got way more attention than I could have ever imagined. Suffice to say, it was a tad bit overwhelming. Seriously, the amount of people begging for an update was a bit dehumanizing in a way. Like I wasn't a person going through something, more of just a story, but I understand. I also got a lot of comments that made me realize how toxic this sub is. There were many comments that just said things like she's cheating, it's over, and don't even confront her, just leave.
That is Reddit.
It's advice that can ruin relationships that just need a little work. And thank you to the people that told me to hit my girlfriend up, told me I was an embarrassment to my gender,
Whoa.
And best of all, told me I should encourage an affair because it would just lead to great experiences for me later in life. You gave me a good chuckle.
Okay. Don't do any of that.
On to the update. I decided to confront my girlfriend. I thought about using some of the lies people suggested, but they just wouldn't make sense. To say I ran into Justine somewhere, well, I told my girl I had to stay home and do stuff around the house, and that's why I couldn't go with her to see my sister-in-law. To say Justine was helping me pick out jewelry, it doesn't make sense for her to come all the way to our house to pick out jewelry unless it was a serious piece of jewelry like the engagement ring. If I just wanted to get her a piece of jewelry as a gift, I'd ask her friends for suggestions or ask them to send me pictures of the jewelry she might like. It all happened over text. None of the excuses mattered. So I decided to be honest. I basically just said that I knew we'd been thinking about marriage and she probably knew a proposal was coming soon. So I invited Justine over to help me find the perfect ring. And that so happened to be the day she said she was going to see her. So what's the deal? She immediately started grinning like an idiot and prodding me about proposing and the ring. But then we got back onto the topic of where she was, and she confessed that what she was really doing.
Buying him a ring?
No, she wasn't cheating, and no, she wasn't picking out a ring for me. The amount of times that was commented on was crazy. So, which I give credit. So, some people are dog people, and some people are cat people. Well, me, I'm a snake person. I grew up with snakes my whole life, but I never felt I was able to get one because my girlfriend has always been uneasy about living with a snake, which I completely respected. Also, the process of buying and raising a snake is very different than buying and raising a dog or cat. It's quite complicated. So you could imagine my surprise when my girlfriend showed me a picture of her holding the cutest Kenyan sand boa I've ever seen.
Is this innuendo for something?
Needless to say, my girlfriend was going to surprise me with a snake. We're picking her up next week. Let me know if you want a pet tax. She's so cute. I definitely did not expect this, and I feel bad for ruining the surprise, but oh well. Life is good. Sorry if this isn't the ending you guys wanted or respected. Just a snake. Thanks for reading. That's funny. That was cute. I heard that one. I thought it was good. You're not amused. You're not amused.
It's amusing.
Yeah.
I still think he should have just I'm gonna confront. Yeah, just talk.
Yeah.
Just talk.
He did. He ended up coming around.
He did.
Yeah.
But just say it. Just talk. It's amazing how when you just talk about things in a relationship.
I think he'd be more inclined now to just talk. But I mean,
we hope.
He was a little caught off guard. That's off-putting. I mean, I don't think I would have reacted the same way because I need to know right now. But it was good.
It's just a selfie with Justine. Want to try again? Just talk. That's all I'm saying.
That's fair. What you got?
Well, I didn't know we were gonna wimp out. So I came a little too hard. Let me switch it up.
Oh, wimp out. Oh no, I told you I was starting out light.
Okay.
And that should satisfy one of my 1% good ones, right? Ended up well.
Yeah, I didn't know you had a quota to reach.
He said we would both do it.
Am I the asshole for forcing my son to give me half of his income?
Oh.
I won the lottery, $1,000 a day for life. I'm 58. My son is 19. I went to him and told him that I wanted to make a deal. I would give him the ticket. In return, he would give me half of the money until I die. Then he gets all the money. He said he needed to think about it. He came back and said it wasn't really fair for me to want half. He said that I could live another 40 years, that he might need the money and more, and that I should take 20%. I said I would think about it. I signed the ticket and claimed the lump sum. I'm seeing a lawyer to set my son up for life. His education will be paid for when he gets older. He will be able to purchase a home for free, basically. A trust fund will be set up so he gets a good amount of the money for the rest of his life. Now he is pissed that I went back on my offer. I thought I was being smart, but I didn't realize how greedy he was. He also told my ex about the money, and she is pissed that I'm not giving her anything. We have been divorced for years. I owe her nothing. No, I won't give you anything if you ask. There's a reason I'm using a throwaway. Your thoughts?
I don't think I follow what the issue was.
Here's the issue. The father won the lottery ticket. $1,000 a day for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
We can argue that the father, who is 58, is not going to outlive his son. So he told his son, let's say they're dying at 80, right? Father's 58. That's 22 years left of life. For the son, that would have been 61 years left of life, receiving $1,000 a day.
Yes, got it.
The son doesn't have anything guaranteed. The son, he's 19. What's his guaranteed income? The dad said, I want to give you $500 a day for the rest of your life.
So you split it with him.
$500 a day for the rest of my life.
Right.
And then when I die, you'll get $1,000 a day for the rest of your life.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
And the son said, no, you're asking for too much. I might need more.
Yeah, that's why you don't get shit.
The son, he's still going to take care of his son, but his son's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's stupid.
His son is an idiot.
That's stupid.
That was stupid.
I didn't understand that when you said that. That's stupid.
Just really think about what the dad was saying.
Yeah.
Hey, you're going to outlive me.
Right.
Let's sign it in your name. You're going to be set for life. I want some of the money too.
Yeah.
That's
half.
It's actually my money.
That's half.
And the son said, oh, you're asking for too much. I'll give you 20%, not 50. $500 a day?
20%. I would have given him 10%. $100 a day is a lot.
$500
for something he
day.
didn't do anything. He hasn't done any work.
$500 a day.
I would have given him $100
until your father
a day.
dies, and upon the death of your beloved father, $1,000 a day.
And you say he's 19?
He's 19.
So $100 a day. That's $3,000 a month. I'd give him $100.
The guy was stupid.
Yeah, the dad was actually very generous.
He was really looking out.
Super generous.
But the son said no.
$100.
20%.
$100.
Like, you have no leverage.
$100.
There's only one comment I want to read.
Okay.
What got me is that the son thinks it's not fair for the original poster to want half of the money he won. I would really like to know the train of thought the son had to come to that conclusion. It's his money, and he's offering half to you, and you think it's not fair?
Yeah. It's crazy. That's insane.
Local.
$100. And that was if I was in a good mood. I might sign the thing and say he can't get nothing until I die.
So dad that's what he did. That's what he did. He took the lump sum, set up a trust fund.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'll still be able to buy a house. His education will be paid for.
Yeah.
When he's 19, I don't know what he's doing with his education right now.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
No. That's messed up. You gave it away.
Classmates score us. Who won that round? She threw a little curve at me. I thought it was going a different way. I had heavy guns that would have gone too far. So score us, and at the end, we're going to decide if we actually went band for band, if we actually went M for M, or who wins.
So I have one that's a long one. I think I'm going to read. I have both perspectives.
Cool.
I have the wife and the husband.
Let's go.
A wife and a husband. Today I fucked up by throwing my steak out a window. Last night, my wife's boss from her brand new job invited us over for dinner. On the drive over, my wife's reiterated many times to me on how important it was to make a good impression. I scoffed and arrogantly informed my silly wife that I was always make a good impression. My wife's boss is a single lady in her 50s, so it was just the three of us. We chit-chatted over drinks and salads and seemed to really be hitting it off. She laughed at my well-timed, perfect appropriately jokes, and my wife seemed pleased. Soon, she brought out the main course, a nice, big, juicy steak for each of us. As I began to cut into the steak, I was discouraged to discover how undercooked the steak was.
Ugh.
Now, I've had my fair share of rare steaks. I prefer medium, but I can handle rare. This was several minutes on a hot grill shot of rare.
Oh,
I probably could have susceptible the cow.
They ain't black.
And I tried. Instead, I sat there fidgeting with my knife and fork, worrying about how I was going to get away with not eating this steak. Claim veganism? No. I'm already frightened. Great enthusiasm upon seeing the steak. Just then, our hostess excused herself to the kitchen to take care of some dessert preparations. As I looked across the fancy dining room table at the open window of this third-floor story apartment, a cartoon light bulb appeared in my head. I knew I had to be decisive. Realizing that she could return at any moment, I committed. I grabbed the steak with my hand, gently shook off the juice, and executed a perfect throw right through the center of the open window. Here's the big FU.
Who's the outside?
The window wasn't open.
Oh, shit.
It was the cleanest freaking window you've ever seen in your life. That is, until my mostly raw slab of steak slammed up against it and slowly slid down, leaving a trail of bloody juice in its wake.
Yikes.
My wife, whose steak was a nice medium rare and was unaware of my predicament, turned, jaw dropped, and stared at me like I was an alien from another planet. This look then slowly morphed into more of "there is no place on this planet you can ever hide from me" expression of a demonic anger. My wife's boss heard the thud of the steak on the window impact and came quickly. She took in the scene, the steak sitting on the windowsill, the blood trail, my empty plate, and then gave me an inquisitive, puzzled look. I just didn't know what to say. It felt like a minute of silence, but was probably 3 or 4 seconds. Finally, the best I could imagine was, I'm so sorry. I'm such a klutz. I don't know. I was just cutting it and it slipped. Just ask my wife. I'm really a klutz, right, honey? No help coming from that direction. I will clean this up. I can't believe this. I'm so sorry, etc., etc. Both women continued to stare at me like I had escaped from the loony bin as I smeared the blood around the window with my cloth napkin, dusted off the steak, and continued to mutter my incoherent explanation. I knew no one was buying the story. I knew what I had to do. I sheepishly returned to my seat and proceeded to eat every bite of that disgusting, cold, chewy, bloody, raw steak.
Oh, no.
I remained pretty quiet the rest of the evening. My wife's only 2 words to me since the incidents are, "I'm fine." Update. Just got the post "I'm fine" communication from my wife via text, who was at work. Good news, boss name and I just had a good laugh over how much of a fucking idiot you are. I hope you know you will never live this down. Love you, you moron.
Dirty game. A dirty game of his own creation.
He made the whole
that is probably the best "today I fucked up" I've ever read in my I've ever heard.
I agree.
That is terrible.
That is
and
terrible.
It just got worse.
And it got worse and worse. Yes.
I think you're gonna win this one.
I don't think I have to read the right part because it's very long, but it's basically the same thing. It's just her version of how much of an idiot she thought he was.
Anything stick out from the wife's part?
No, not at all. No, she just responded to some of the things. When she told her story, they talked about her husband. So I could give you an update there.
Okay.
So she said a year or so later, my boss hosted a Christmas party for the company at her newly built home. And and her best friend Jeannie was her +1, not her husband. She didn't take him back. But she had some notes here because she read his. She said, "No, my husband is not on the spectrum or crazy. Although I get that it may seem like a valid conclusion if you all know of this event. The usual dumb shit is more of your everyday impulsiveness, like immediately saying the slightly inappropriate thing that comes to mind. If he would have done that, it wouldn't have shocked me at all. This, of course, shocked me because he normally doesn't do things that make him look insane. Not sure why some seem to be taking the completely insane things when I feel like I was making the exact opposite point. Oh well, glad that most of you saw some bit of enjoyment out of our day from the story. Also, we all have our faults. I joked about my husband not thinking things through. He jokes about preoccupation with others, think of me, etc., etc. I still love him."
I'm glad she still loves him.
It was funny, though.
Okay, I'm going to try to return this serve that you've given me. But
All right, give me a good one.
Okay, I got two. I'm trying to decide. Are we going scandalous or are we going Uno reverse card? I don't think I'm gonna beat you. I'm pretty certain I'm not gonna beat you, but I still got to give it a good shot.
Okay, you can do the reverse.
Uno reverse?
Yeah.
All right, that one's a little longer, but let's do it.
Okay.
Today I fucked up by owning a golden retriever while being black.
Oh, wow. How is that?
Sigh. Work was rough today, and all I wanted to do afterward was to sit on the couch and let the TV watch me while eating food not cooked by my own hands. The answer to that? Delivery. Food ordered. I let the dog into the yard to burn some energy and sat camped outside with him while waiting for the delivery. DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber, and everyone other than Jehovah's Witnesses has trouble locating my address, strictly relying on GPS. So it's nothing for me to post up and wait outside for when they are close, flag them down, and go back inside for a contactless drop-off. Pertinent details before shit hits the fan. My neighbor and I share a fence with a doggy door as our pups are super close, and you can bet each time that if my dog is outside, hers will follow for cross-yard playtime. This was the case today, and probably bad judgment on my part to think that I would be able to break up the fun quickly. Both dogs were in the neighbor's yard at the time the notification came that the driver was pulling up, and I had to call out a few times to get my dog's attention. Neighbor thankfully whistled for her dog, and I had to put on the voice for mine to acknowledge I existed, and then took off running for my door while waving to the driver, who by this point was getting out of the car. Pup and I have a game called Runaway, where I will take off yelling, "Runaway," and literally he will chase after me like some human-sized fetch stick. I used this to my advantage until he realized I was putting him inside, but managed to get him through the storm door and close the screen before he could run out. Then realized that I left the gate locked like an idiot with the driver standing right outside by this point. I didn't have a mask on at this point, and neither did she, so I yelled from the porch that she could leave the food by the mailbox, and that is where the fun started. "Is that your dog?" My bullshit meter didn't go off. I thought she was asking a question with an obvious answer because, duh, she was a dog person, so I engaged with dog owner gushiness. "Yes, blah, blah, blah. His name is XYZ. You want to say hi?" "I'll be nice because you brought my food." But she just stood there awkwardly for a moment, put the food down, and quickly jumped back into her car. In my mind, I was like, okay, weird, but whatever. Snatched the food and went back inside. Went to wash my hands, and from the kitchen window, I can see the full street where she is still parked outside, thinking, okay, weird again, but didn't dwell on it too much, figuring that she was looking for the route to her next location. I went about my business of preparing to destroy my meal. A few minutes later, the dog begins barking maniacally at the door. I take a glance at the cameras and realize she is still out front, parked directly in front of my mailbox. Okay, what's going on here? I go outside and try to get her attention, but she is on the phone and doesn't notice me.
Nope.
I walk up like I'm going to check the mail, and she does pull off, but towards the back of the neighborhood that only has one way in and out.
No.
Lots of people make that mistake, and so you'll quickly see cars turning back around, but she never came back. By this time, I think I'm losing my mind, so I go back in, but still watching the street for the car to pass. It never does. I don't know. People are weird, so I just left it at that and went back to eat. About 10 minutes later, dog starts going ham at the door, so I check the cameras to see 2 police cars sitting outside my house. I continue to watch the cameras, realizing that, yep, the cops are getting out of the car and walking back and forth in front of mine and neighbors' yards. I go out to see if anything is wrong, and they introduce themselves before saying they were called because a stolen golden retriever was reported at my address, and if there was a dog in the home.
Oh, no.
It clicked that driver had called the police and then explained my version of what happened. They were really respectful and apologetic, but asked if I could get Sir Pup. I went ahead and opened the door for the dog, who took off, ready to greet the new faces outside. His collar has tags matching the address with my name and phone number on it, in case he was ever lost or stolen, which was proof enough for them, as it was obvious that they wanted to get this over as fast as possible. No hard feelings on either side, because we can never have hard feelings.
Of course. That's bullshit.
No hard feelings on either side. We were all walking away when driver's car slowly comes creeping from the back of the neighborhood. I yelled out to them that the lady was right there, and they positioned themselves in front of her car in a way she would have to stop and speak with them. I don't know if this lady was drunk or off her meds, but she rolled down the window and was literally sobbing hysterically that she saw me take the dog from the neighbor's yard, that animals get no justice, and the icing on the cake, My kind only owns pit bulls and Rottweilers.
Oh, wow.
Pit bulls and Rottweilers.
Wow. Never
There
owned
was
one of those.
no way he was mine and needed to be protected. I honestly did not want to deal with that mess, so sorry, guys. This isn't a tale of revenge. I went back inside and stayed the fuck on my couch. My day was already shitty. Everyone left a few minutes after that, so I assumed she got a warning. However, I did report the incident to the delivery service and was offered credits towards my next meal. I splurged that on a bakery, and now I'm currently fucking up a slice of carrot cake. Grateful it didn't end worse.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it kind of like pissed me off a little bit.
It doesn't beat yours.
No, it
But
doesn't.
I had to come with what I could come
But
with.
it's a little piss you off though. That's kind of screwed up.
Okay.
I
2
never,
for 2.
I never had a pit bull or what is what she said.
Rottweiler.
I never had either one of
But
those.
your kind would have.
I never had either one. Not even one.
Should I throw out a serve and see if you can return?
Yeah, you can go. Go ahead.
Should I stay in the today I fucked up area or should I go petty?
I have some petty ones.
I know you do. And I don't believe I would beat you in petty. That's your game.
I have some petty ones. I have a nuclear one, but I think I'll say that for another one. But you go ahead.
I'm gonna go today I effed up.
Okay.
Today I effed up by buying everyone an Ancestry DNA kit and ruining Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Earlier this year, Ancestry DNA had a sale on their kit. I thought it would be a great gift, so I bought 6 of them for Christmas presents. Today, my family got together to exchange presents for our Christmas Eve tradition, and I gave my mom, dad, brother, and 2 sisters each a kit. As soon as everyone opened their gift at the same time, my mom started to freak out. She told us how she didn't want us taking
She did want taken away.
If your mom is upset that all her kids got a DNA kit, no.
Yeah.
Imagine Maury Povich just walking into their house and just saying, Dad, let's have a talk.
Oh, wow.
As soon as everyone opened their gift at the same time, my mom started freaking out. She told us how she didn't want us taking them because they had unsafe chemicals. We explained to her how there were actually no chemicals, but we could tell she was still flustered. Later, she started trying to convince us that only one of us kids needed to take it since we all had the same results and to resell extra kits to save money.
Oh, wow.
Fast forward, our parents have been fighting upstairs for the past hour, and we are downstairs trying to figure out who has a different dad.
Yep.
Golly.
Yep. That's what it sounds like.
There's an update.
Okay.
Update. Thank you so much for all the love and support. My sister's brother and I have not yet decided if we are going to take the test. No matter what the results are, we will still love each other and our parents no matter what.
It has to be more.
There's another update.
Okay.
Update number 2. Christmas isn't ruined. Is he doing this on Christmas Day?
Oh my gosh. What kind of Christmas is this?
Oh, it's an effed up one.
Clearly.
Update number 2. Christmas isn't ruined. My F up actually turned into a Christmas miracle. Turns out my sister's father passed away shortly after she was born. A good friend of my mom's was able to help her through the darkest time in her life, and they went on to fall in love and create the rest of our family. They never told us because of how hard it was for my mom. Last night, she was strong enough to share stories and photos with us for the first time, and it truly brought us even closer together as a family. This is a Christmas we will never forget, and yes, we are all excited to get our test results. Merry Christmas, everyone. P.S. Sorry my mom isn't a whore. No, you're not my daddy.
Oh. Well, there was some resolve. That's good. That turned out to be better.
Yeah, she was only lied to her whole life. It's cool.
Yeah, I was going to say that the oldest must, poor thing. That person's not her father.
Yeah.
But Christmas is not ruined, apparently.
They seem happy about it.
Well, that's there.
That mom was never going to tell her.
Never.
I have had so many cases where you do the intake or you do have the first session and then the parent brings you over to the side. Hey, yeah, listen, all that stuff I was answering, I'm not actually his mom. He doesn't know that, but I'm going to tell him one day. And see, the thing is, Everyone has a reason for that. And I get that. The earlier you tell a child, the more it's just their story. It's not weird.
Right.
When you wait till that child's 11, when you wait till that child's 15, 19, 38, their whole world is like thrown all out of whack. When you tell them young, that's just their life. It's not weird to them.
True.
Oh, I was going to tell them, but I didn't want to. And now they're in puberty and they're not going to know how to act. So I'm not going to tell them. I've heard that so many times. If you're in this situation, you can do this with a therapist. Of course, I'm going to recommend therapy, but tell them as early as possible. That's my blanket advice. What you got?
So I was looking for something to come with that one since you served me something about paternity. And now I have two. My boyfriend wants a paternity test on our newborn daughter. My longtime boyfriend of 7.5 years and I just had our newborn daughter almost 3 weeks ago and is asking for a paternity test. We met at work. I'm a nurse and he's a surgeon, and he's very dedicated to his job. So needless to say, he does work a lot. I currently am not working, so I stay at home a lot, and he supports us. Throughout our relationship, I have been very faithful to him. He, however, has had a few slip-ups throughout our 7.5 years.
A few slip-ups? What, like he slipped on the floor? Or like what is a slip-up?
Which I have forgiven him. He has told his OR staff that he asked for a paternity test, which upset me. He says they understand why I would be upset. His rationale is that he doesn't want to raise a child. He doesn't know if it's his 100%. He doesn't want to find out later on down the road that she's not his, like he sees in the movies. He just wants to be sure. But then he goes on to say that I am home all the time by myself since he's never home and he doesn't know what I do for sure. Which definitely is a slap in the face to me, as I have been the one who has been faithful. If he wants to pay for the paternity test, then I'm fine with it. But am I the asshole for being upset and how he's trying to rationalize it and make me as if I'm the one who's unfaithful?
So the cheater thinks you're cheating.
Correct.
I'm sorry. He's not a cheater. I'm sorry. He's not a cheater.
He slipped up.
He's only had a couple slip-ups.
A couple slip-ups.
That's like 1, 2, 9. It's all...
A couple slip-ups.
Don't you hate when you're just walking down the street and then like there's a banana peel and you land in a woman? Or let's not assume a woman. Like, don't you just hate when that happens?
Just happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, a slip up. So is she an asshole for being mad?
No, she's not an asshole for being mad that the cheater's accusing her of cheating. I mean,
I agree.
The slip up.
I agree.
So not only does he slip up, his pullout game is trash. Yeah. Okay. I think I might have beat you there.
Oh, yeah. We went with the short one.
And you know what? That's giving me a new boost of confidence.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with a little petty revenge.
Ooh, I like a little petty.
I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see if I can match your petty today.
Let's see if you get my petty, because I had a petty I just got.
You don't like your boyfriend seeing me braless in the dorm? Then he won't. I live in a college dorm on all-female floor. I usually wear a bra if leaving the dorm building, but I'm not going to put on a bra under my shirt just to walk down the hall to the bathroom. A few days ago, I left my room and walked 10 yards down the hall to the water fountain, refilled my water bottle, and went back to my room. I was wearing a white tank top and no bra. The tank top was fitted but not see-through, so you could only see the outline of my nips. There was a small group of people hanging out in the hall outside a few of the rooms, but I didn't think much of it until around half an hour later when I got a knock on the door from one of the girls I'd seen in the hall. She said something to the effect of, "Hey, so sorry to ask you this, but if you go out into the hall again, could you put a bra on? My boyfriend's out there and he was staring a little, so..."
What?
I'm super non-confrontational, so I was like, yeah, sure, sorry about that. And for the rest of that night, anytime I left my room, I put a bra or sweater on.
Oh, no.
And that was the end of it. Or so I thought.
No.
The next day, my roommate told me she'd overheard the girl telling a few of her friends about the incident while in the bathroom. She said the girl was making it sound like I'd been purposely trying to seduce her boyfriend wearing basically nothing. Taking my time at the water fountain, posing to push out my tits, the whole works. When she left the bathroom, my roommate said the girl was actually acting it out at the water fountain, pretending to be me. That night, I passed the girl and some of her friends on my way to go brush my teeth. I wasn't wearing a bra. I was already in pajamas. The girl looked pointedly down at my chest and all of them started giggling.
Oh, man.
But the last straw was when the entire dorm got an email from the RA yesterday saying she'd gotten some anonymous complaints about people dressing inappropriately in the hallway and asking that we all just make sure we're keeping things covered up. So here's where I got my petty little revenge.
Come on, because I'm thinking of some crazy things.
I knew that the girl's boyfriend doesn't go to college here. The girl and I were in the same orientation group and chatted a bit back then. I also knew that due to the pandemic, we weren't allowed to have non-student or family guests in the dorms this year.
Thank you.
So I used the same anonymous complaint form to issue a complaint about people bringing their off-campus boyfriends into our dorm and them not wearing a mask. Masks are mandatory in the hallways, although not frequently enforced. This morning, the RA emailed again saying that due to anonymous complaints, they'd be enforcing the no off-campus guest rule by checking IDs of unfamiliar guests to make sure they were students from then on. Really? This girl should be thanking me. If she was concerned about her boyfriend seeing the vague outline of my tits in the dorm hallways, she no longer needs to worry. The one comment I'd like to read.
Okay.
I'm also pretty petty. I have to tell you that before I got to the end, I was thinking if it were me, I would walk down the hall in my bra, but with no shirt.
Yep.
I mean, hey, it's wearing a bra, which is technically what she asked for.
Yep.
Original poster said, ha! If I had the confidence, I totally would have.
That's ridiculous.
Petty.
But covered up
insecurity.
But covered up doesn't mean you have to wear a bra.
No. See, the problem is your boyfriend's
her breasts look better than hers. That's what it was.
Doesn't matter. Your boyfriend's looking.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna talk to your boyfriend.
Correct.
He's the type of guy that might have a slip up.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Let's make you change. He can't control himself. Come on.
See, I'm glad it was not in those situations. It came right back out. He gonna tell me what to do. It's a bunch of girls in there. Who cares? Why
was your boyfriend in the all-female dorm?
Exactly. Why were they even allowed to be in there? And why does it even? Oh, see, don't even.
Petty.
All right. So where do you want to go here? You want me to go with a patty, or do you want me to go with something that just really got me burned up?
Everybody wants it burned up.
You know, the burned up.
They're burned up.
Okay, now I got this one. It's really irked me. Am I the asshole for calling the cops on my mother after she shaved my biracial daughter's hair while I was at work?
No. That's assault.
I, 30 female, am married to my husband, Tyler, 31 male, and we have a beautiful 5-year-old daughter, Zoe. Zoe is biracial. I'm white and Tyler's black. Zoe has the most gorgeous curly hair, and I've always taken great care of it. She loves her curls, and we've made it a fun bonding experience to style her hair together every week. My mom, Susan, 57 female, has always had a problem with Zoe's hair. She's made comments in the past like it looks so wild, it's just too much hair for a little girl, or wouldn't it be easier if it were straight? I've always brushed it off, but I could tell she wasn't a fan of daughter's curls.
She allowed her to shenan.
Yep.
And if you allow them to shenan once, they will, say it with me, shenan again.
I thought it was harmless ignorance until last week. Last week, I had a work emergency and needed someone to watch Zoe for a few hours. My mother was nearby and offered to help. So I let Zoe with my mom for a few hours. When I came back to pick Zoe up, I was horrified. Zoe's beautiful curls were gone. Her head was shaved completely bald. I started out screaming, asking what the hell happened, and Susan just shrugged and said I did her a favor. Now she looks tidy and presentable. Besides, it will grow back straight now.
I want to change my answer. She's the asshole for calling the cops. Furniture should have been moving.
Oh, yeah. I was shaking with rage. I grabbed Zoe, who was in tears, and left immediately. When we got home, I couldn't calm down. Zoe kept touching her head, saying she didn't feel like herself anymore. When Zoe looked in the mirror, she said, "Mommy, I don't look like me." I was livid and on the verge of tears, feeling like my mother had violated my daughter and her sense of self. I decided to call the police and reported the incident as assault. They actually came and took a statement from me, and my mom was brought in for questioning. Later, my dad, who I love and respect so much, called me and was furious. He said I went too far and that my mom was just trying to help and that calling the police was a crazy overreaction. Hearing my dad, who I've always looked up to, side with her broke my heart. I yelled back that my mom had no right to touch Zoe's hair, that she disrespected my boundaries as a parent, and that I wouldn't stand for it. Now he's not speaking to me, saying I'm being too harsh and that I've torn the family apart.
Yeah. It was definitely you.
It was you. Meanwhile, Tyler and his parents are fully on my side. My in-laws are horrified by what my mom did and have been incredibly supportive. They keep telling me that I did the right thing by standing up for Zoe and that my mom was way out of line. But now my mom is telling the whole family that I called the cops on her for giving a haircut, and my dad is backing her up. I'm getting messages from my siblings calling me cruel, saying I'm overreacting, and that I should apologize and drop everything. I feel like I'm going crazy. I just wanted to protect my daughter, who is now traumatized and asking why grandma didn't like her hair. I feel like my mother crossed a massive line, but my family thinks calling the cops was an overreaction.
Yeah.
So, am I the asshole for calling the cops on my mother after she shaved my daughter's hair?
You're waiting for me? Oh, I said what? How?
When I read that.
To me, furniture should have been moved.
There aren't words to describe the reaction of that. I don't know how she was able to keep herself together to actually leave and call the cops and all that nonsense after the fact.
Yeah.
It would have been a full-on problem.
Yep.
Full on. That is assault. That means full on, I'm going to kick your ass. I could not believe that.
Shaved her head is nasty work.
Who shaves their shave? She says the doctor goes, "Oh, for a haircut." That's not a haircut. Mm-mm. Even if you go to get haircuts and you shave someone's head, that's out of line.
You know she was being malicious because if she really wanted something done, she said, "Oh, wouldn't it be better straight?" Then why didn't you straighten it?
Why did she just blow dry it?
Why didn't you go somewhere?
Yeah.
And ask them to make a style of it.
Yes.
No, you just hate blackness.
Yes. Oh my God. Look, I'm getting hot again. I couldn't believe that.
You know about the Crown Act?
Huh? Oh yes.
Yeah.
Other nonsense.
Yeah. You know about that kid that they say the Crown Act doesn't apply to, even though it's exactly the Crown Act?
The teacher that cut his hair?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Bullshit. Oh, that enraged me.
All right. So we have a petty versus a Anna the asshole. Give us a score. It's about time for the final round.
Final round? No, I didn't know there was another round. Okay.
You want to go first?
I don't really.
Yeah, you know, in a battle, the person who goes first has the hardest.
Yeah, I don't really know.
That's why I will match.
I don't have any big one.
Doesn't have to be big.
Oh, I have one that since you were doing some petty thing, I can do a petty one.
Okay.
Okay, let me read this petty one. I'll go first. We'll see where we at.
You know what I got coming.
You got something very good, so that's why your face is like that. You got something very good.
No, I actually have no idea what story I'm going to read.
Okay.
But you know what I keep on deck?
Toxic confessions.
What? That's not even. I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
What did you say?
Toxic confessions.
I've never read a toxic confession in my life.
I know.
I do read toxic confessions.
So do you want to just do toxic confessions?
No. I want to see what you got.
Okay, I have one little petty revenge. It's a little petty. It's not like a big one, but my girlfriend and I went to a church barbecue to flex on my ex.
Okay. Weird choice of venue, sir, but okay.
Backstory. My 42 male, ex-wife, 44 female, and I were married for almost 20 years. Over that time, she had 4 affairs of varying degrees, including a sexual relationship with a very close friend of mine from our church. I tried to make it work, and after the last emotional affair, I couldn't do it anymore. I filed for the divorce just over 2 years ago. We are still going through the divorce, and she's been high conflict the whole time. She's painted herself as a victim, and I go to a new church, but still have some friends at the old one. I attended there for over 30 years. My petty revenge. My girlfriend and I have been dating since January. She's aware of my situation, and we are having fun. I have older kids, and she has younger kids. For Labor Day, we both had the day off and wanted to do something fun. I mentioned that my old church does a picnic every year at a park. There are games and activities for the kids and a big potluck barbecue. I told her my ex would likely be there, but it's a big event and we could keep to ourselves. I'd also be able to introduce my girlfriend to friends from my old church. My girlfriend made sure she was extra cute. We had matching socks, and I wore a shirt that said "Built for Conflict" on the back.
Free smoke, free smoke. God damn.
We got to the barbecue. My girlfriend made a dessert to share, and I was grilling. My ex saw us and looked beside herself. She eventually came over and tapped my girlfriend on the shoulder and said, "I'm X's name. I'm my name's wife." My girlfriend said, "Nice to meet you," and held out her hand to shake my ex's hand. My ex then said, "It's awkward for you to be here, and I hope you feel that way." My girlfriend responded, "Okay," and my ex walked off. Later, my ex approached me and said, "This isn't your church anymore. I think you should leave." I said, "Not gonna happen," and kept walking. She just went back to her friends and my old friends and was just distraught. She eventually asked the pastor to ask me to leave. He's my best friend and was the best man at my wedding. He came and talked to me so he could tell her he did. I told him she needed to grow up and I wasn't leaving. He went back to my ex and she was unhinged, trying to say we had to leave. She tried to make it some spiritual thing.
At church?
Eventually, she gave up and went to the friend she had an affair with and his wife to be comforted. Yes, they're still friends. I didn't get it. My girlfriend and I just watched and laughed. My ex has been terrible this whole time, and whatever control or narrative she thought she had was destroyed. Everyone watched as she just acted like a witch, and we smiled and waved. In the end, the kids had fun. We got to catch up with old friends, and my ex-wife got put in her place. It was a good day. Side note, my girlfriend is stunning, and several people just stopped with the dumbfounded look on their face when they saw her. Was such a flex to people who want to see me fail.
Damn. He shitted on the taters. He had to pop out and show.
Built for conflict.
Damn. But she was with it.
The girlfriend's a keeper.
He said, no. Let's go.
The girlfriend's a keeper.
Let's go do this.
It's kind of awkward you're here. Okay.
The mom from Friday.
Yes.
Hey girl, when we gonna catch up? Okay.
Exactly.
You know what? That was a good story.
It was a good story.
That was a good story. You call that a petty revenge?
That was a petty revenge.
That was a good story.
That was a good one.
That was a good story.
Okay.
I think this whole versus that we're doing, I think you're definitely winning. I'm sorry. I apologize. I think you were definitely winning.
Oh, you got one now.
Oh, I got something for you.
Okay. Come with it.
Like, follow, subscribe, all that jazz. Give us that 5-star review. You might want to call 911. You're about to witness a murder.
Uh-oh. Go ahead. Come on.
You thought that was a knockout blow?
No, it wasn't a knockout.
Okay.
I told you it wasn't
You're
a
right.
knockout.
You're right.
All right. Well, come with it.
Here comes that Not Like Us. By the way, I don't know when you guys are going to see this, but it was just announced who's performing
Super
in the
Bowl.
2025 Super Bowl. No, that's not it. That's not even the smoke. The smoke is the ad
Oh.
that Mr. Duckworth made.
Oh.
And he just lets it be known there are no part twos.
No part two. I saw
part
that.
twos.
I saw that.
Free smoke. Okay, let's see if we can do this.
Okay, let's get
You
it.
said she remained friends with the affair partner?
Yes.
That's weird. Here's a...
At the church. It sounds like typical church stuff, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because churches have tons of toxic things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Lots of...
Like Mean Girls.
Yeah, for
high
sure.
school stuff.
Lots of toxic mean girlery going on.
Yes.
They're not girls.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And neither is this post.
Okay.
Because today I have a toxic confession.
Let's go.
I slept with my daughter's ex-boyfriend. He got me pregnant and I had a smortion. They got back together and got married.
Oh, wow.
I think off title alone, I think I could just leave it there. I think title alone, I'm cooking. But let's go.
Let's go.
This was back in, let me think, maybe 1997. Guys, I know you hate it when I stop. That's weird when you're writing. Let me think, like you wrote that out. Like you could have just written, this is back in, you could have deleted all that. I won't do it anymore. This was back in, let me think, maybe 1997. I was 38 and my daughter was 18 and she was dating Harry, who was 24. I was an alcoholic and dabbled in other drugs, mostly cocaine. I was not a good person, let alone mother. Not like I was abusive to my daughter or anything, but I was generally inattentive and cared more about my alcohol and drugs than her, especially in her teen years. I am 14 years sober now. Congratulations to you.
Congrats.
I disapproved of my daughter dating Harry, but I never told her why. He would flirt with me constantly, and the age difference also creeped me out. Also, he was an alcoholic and drug user, just like me. She broke up with him over his alcoholism. Soon after, she moved away, not too far, but regardless, she didn't live with me anymore. Harry kept calling me and asking if we wanted to get drinks. I turned him down, but then one day he said he had a bunch of Coke, and I couldn't resist.
Oh, boy.
He came over, we did the Coke, and we ended up having sex. He was a very good-looking guy. He looked a lot like that ridiculous 80s Justin Bieber picture that was on the front page today. That is actually what made me think about him. I don't know what that's talking about.
Me neither.
For the next few months, maybe like 3 to 4 months, he would sometimes come over and we would have sex and do drugs and get drunk together. Any drug addict knows what that is like to have a drug addict buddy in that way. Then I got pregnant.
Damn.
I knew it was by him. I had sex without a condom a few times stupidly. I never told him I was pregnant, and I went and got the procedure and kept it a secret. Anyways, I stopped seeing him after that. It was too weird. I also got sober for like 4 months before relapsing. Fast forward 2 years and my daughter contacts me and tells me that she got back with Harry.
Oh, no.
And that he is fully sober. I was mortified, honestly. He was going to tell her that we slept together and she's going to hate me for life. They came over one day and said hi, and when my daughter was gone, Harry told me that there is no reason to tell her about what happened. I agreed. It's been 16 years of marriage on their part. They have a kid together. Harry got cancer, then beat it. I got sober. That's basically it. I don't see them very often. They live in Texas, and I live on the East Coast. But whenever I do, there's always that tension between me and Harry. It's literally the first thing that comes to either of our minds. I can just tell. Not like sexual tension, like, why do we have to do that? What the F is wrong with us kind of tension. I think about this often, especially when I see my grandson. I always think that could have been my son if things had gone differently. But wow, what a disaster that would have been if I decided to keep that child.
Oh, that was.
Knockout. No, I actually think you won.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that.
You know,
No,
because I typically give you the over-the-top confessions.
yeah.
Which I have. I always have those on deck.
Yeah, you do. That one, that's.
Oh, that was too real for you.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, that wasn't a ChatGPT one.
That's
all right.
terrible. That's terrible.
Oh, you want the shenanigans.
Oh, and now she like conspiring with her wife's husband for life. Oh,
I mean, one of their lives.
oh, yeah. Okay.
Bad taste in your mouth?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I don't like that.
Okay. We did story for story. We went band for band, M for M. Vote. Who won? But
But what?
because it left you with a bad taste in your mouth, I don't want my wife to have a bad taste in her mouth.
You have another one?
You like the shenanigans. Endless.
Okay.
Endless. Let me just go through my... I have not read these. That's the problem.
You don't have to read them.
No,
You can leave it like that. I'm ready to eat.
No, I'm going to do one. You know there's going to be some bullshit. Tookie and I have 3 kids under 18, 2 girls and my 17-year-old son. To be honest, I've been doing my own thing for the bulk of our relationship. I haven't been around, and when I was around, we weren't stable as a couple. My other women were vindictive and would often expose our side relationships to force Tookie and I apart. Last year, I got testicular cancer. After 20 years of going back and forth, I asked Tookie to take me back, for good this time, and to marry me. She said she would talk to our kids about this. My son told me he has several father figures in his life and that I'm not needed. Him. I remember us struggling and you weren't here.
That's right.
We're doing good now. Everyone is in school and got good grades. I got a little job now. Mom is doing good. No disrespect, but we don't need your cancer in our lives right now.
Ooh-wee.
Tookie had our teen son reject me. This is a huge form of disrespect and I'm furious. I brought that little ninja in the world. Why would she do this when I need her most?
Nope.
How do I bypass my own son to get my woman on my side?
Nope.
You don't.
You don't. Nope.
You don't.
Lost out.
The son stood on business that you obviously didn't
Clearly
teach him
don't
how
have.
to do.
Clearly.
You've obviously.
Clearly.
How that's even in his DNA is questionable because you ain't shit.
Yep. Okay, that was better. That was a good.
You like the shenanigans.
Yeah. That's not shenanigans.
Oh, that's shenanigans.
That's not shenanigans.
Oh, that's shenanigans.
Well, they tried the shenanigans,
That's
but the son shut that down.
That's
We
fuckery
good.
at the highest level.
We good. Yeah.
But from now on, I think I'm gonna have some toxic confessions that were a little more grounded in reality and toxicity.
Okay.
Just switching it up, just adding some things in.
Okay.
Send your stories. Send your relationship questions. Send your petty moments. Send your today I effed ups. Send your microaggressions. Send all that to asktheblackkids@gmail.com. And maybe we'll read it.
Maybe.
We read most of them.
Yes, we do.
All right. Any parting words?
No, you know my parting word.
You think you won?
I don't know.
I know I won
Okay.
because I got you.
Aw, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.